Hello, thank you very much for checking out Is This the Real Life? I think this is episode 6. We got caught up for a minute there, so I don't know, maybe this will start a new season, who knows. But we have officially moved. We are no longer recording in, Tarzana, California, historic Tarzana, California. We've now moved over to glamorous Glendale. It's not as far in the sticks as we once were, depending on the location of the sticks in your area. But in any event, it seems like a very nice neighborhood. You're going to take a look at it now, I guess. And I guess we'll just go ahead and talk about Trump some more. Lord help me. I didn't. It just seems like I'm always talking about this guy, and I did not want it to be that way. I don't want it to be that way, but he is just like all up in the news. And this has nothing to do with me. Why? Of course, I guess it has everything to do with me French kissing my dog. But the point is that Trump teetering on the edge of impeachment does not bring me joy. I think that people who constantly criticize the president and constantly, call him Hitler or, he's the devil or, the orange, whatever they're going to call him. Everybody who's like constantly hating on this guy, especially critics in the media and the talking heads and the pundits that we see, when you constantly villainize an individual, you in a way make it so people have to react, whether it be through, verbal communication or visual means of communication, protesting, or whether those actions become, direct and violent. And we sort of saw a little bit of this when there were those 4 kids in Chicago who kidnapped that mentally handicapped Trump supporter and tortured him. And I think I said at the time then when that happened that I'm surprised that there weren't more people taking direct action, because when you see this level of vitriol aimed at somebody, it surprises me that there haven't been more people like that Hodgkinson guy who shot up the Republicans. And I'm not condoning what he did or what the children did, but the reality is when you constantly call somebody the next Hitler, you're basically asking certain members of society who may not share the exact same value system as you, who may not view human life as something that is as precious as you view it as. By calling Trump the next Hitler, you're basically calling out for help. You're saying somebody needs to stop this guy before he does something even worse. And when you're constantly villainizing somebody, you shouldn't be surprised when people take direct action, and that action may be violent. And I think that everybody needs to probably simmer down a little bit, take a step back. While Trump is far from the ideal president, he is the president, and I think that if people don't tone down the rhetoric regarding Trump's how evil Trump is, don't be surprised if there are more people like Hodgkinson who will go ahead and feel the need and feel the responsibility to take matters into their own hands. And I hope it doesn't come to that with people, but America's filled with crazy people and filled with guns. So I imagine that the Secret Service definitely will have their work cut out for them. And I hope that everybody stays safe, because amping up the rhetoric is not helping the situation. And and this is what's kind of like, because Trump is so scary without all the embellishment, without calling him Hitler and without calling him the devil or whatever, or the orange Stay Puft devil, whatever. I don't know. He's scary just just as a normal guy, just as a slumlord, just as somebody who's an individual with probably more money than brains. He's scary enough just as that. Because what this really makes me think of is the people he's working with in the government. There's this lady named Desiree Fairooz, and when Jeff Sessions was sworn in as the Attorney General, she laughed, and she was arrested, I believe, and she's been tried and convicted for, I think she was convicted of illegally protesting or something along the lines of that. But she laughed at the wrong time, because the kicker is that when Jeff Sessions tells little jokes in his swearing in ceremony and people laugh at that, nobody gets arrested. But when Desiree Firuze laughs at the wrong moment, she gets arrested. And that's what's so scary about people like Trump and about people like Sessions, is that they have no hesitation to use the full force of the United States government just to get revenge for whatever slights or whatever insults, whether the insults are real or if they're imagined, just using the power of the United States government on people like this. And that's one of the things that's so scary. And I get why people are like, Trump's Hitler. I get it, but I think by calling him that, you're kind of giving him too much credibility. And hopefully, because Desiree Fairooz, she's going to be sentenced in a couple of days. Hopefully she doesn't go to prison, because she can go to prison for like a year over this shit. And just for basically laughing at the wrong time. Welcome to Trump's America. We're going to go ahead and transition now from all the Trump talk and, I don't know, sadness, I guess, to something like happy. The Electric Daisy Carnival that's going on right now. It's a lot of fun. I got to go last year. Did not get to go this year, but that is the plight of poverty. Sort of on that note, whether or not the cost of the Electric Daisy Carnival is too much came up as a discussion amongst some friends of mine. Full disclosure, I normally don't pay for this kind of thing because I have a friend in particular who will go ahead and give me a pass and stuff. And so my perspective on it is a little bit skewed, I guess, because while paying $355 does seem like a lot of money, it is a lot of money. That's that's one week's worth of wages for some people in our nation, and I think that the cost of it, when put in context of other venues or events you as a entertainment seeker may visit, something like Disneyland or what have you, you're going to pay a very similar cost. If you're just going to Disneyland by itself, it's only $270. But if you're going to do the park hopper pass, where you're going to do it all, you're looking at $320 or whatever, $315 plus taxes. Now, with Disneyland and with EDC, you're both going to have to pay for hotels and transportation, and it's really, I think, in both cases, something that you would want to do as a vacation, because it's, as I understand, with EDC they don't offer single day tickets anymore, and I think if they actually offered single day tickets, it would probably do a lot to alleviate that idea that, oh my gosh, this is so much money. Because if you're only paying, $120 for a 1 day event to go see whoever you're going to go see, whether it's 12th Planet or Galantis, I have no idea. I just throw names out there. I have no fucking clue. But the point is that if you had the option to only pay $120 to go see 1 day, people may feel, hey, it's not that expensive because it's only for $120, as opposed to being kind of locked into, if I'm not gonna do all 3 days, it's just not worth it. So I could definitely see both sides of the argument here, but I guess in the context of entertaining yourself and entertaining your friends and family, it's not too much more than you are going to pay to go to Disneyland or go to an amusement park or what have you. And when you think about, how much you pay to go to the movies, especially if you're taking a date there, you're paying like, 60 or $70 if you're having dinner as well. So it's in the context of entertaining yourself for a day or entertaining yourself for, a weekend, paying $355 or whatever doesn't seem like it's too far out of the ballpark, in my opinion. Um, Next on the fun agenda is the facial hair. Some people have commented, yes, I have gone American Taliban or what have you. I don't know. Uh, I'm gonna let you, my loyal cyber fam and 4 subscribers decide. Um, Please, I guess it goes without saying, but I guess I need to say it every time. Is please either like or dislike the video. I don't know if you like or dislike it. Comment on it and subscribe to the channel. But most importantly, in the context of the facial hair, comment on the video, because you, as the viewer, will determine whether or not I shave it off, whether I continue going Grizzly Adams, or I should get some sort of a mustache. What sort of a mustache I should shave it into. Um, those are the questions that you're going to help out with. In theory, I don't know. Maybe nobody will comment anything, and I'll just have to figure it out for myself, which is a definite possibility. However, thank you very much for viewing. I appreciate you checking out Is This the Real Life from glamorous Glendale, California. And I'll be hitting you guys up soon. Thank you.